Hey everybody, Spooky Marshmallow here, and today I am going to be talking about one of my favorite scream queens of all time, and that is Fey Rey. And this actually starts my season of Scream Queens that will start October the 1st and run all the way until October the 31st. So let's get down to it, and today we are going to be talking about Vina Fey Rey. Oh, I cannot talk today. So I hope this goes better than what my introduction is doing right now. So stay tuned and let's go. Hey everybody, Spooky Marshmallow here, and welcome to my channel. So today is going to start the first in a series that I'm going to be doing for the month of October, and that is Scream Queens. So each day in October there will be a new one. So today I am starting off with one of my very, very favorite ones, Fey Rey. You may know Fey Rey as the sultry blonde in the movie King Kong, the original King Kong. So let's dive right in and get to today's video. And by the way, I'm going to say it now. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. Vina Fey Rey, born September 15th, 1907, died August 8th, 2004. Was a Canadian-American actress best remembered for starring as Anne Darrow in the 1933 film King Kong. Through an acting career that spanned nearly 6 decades, Rey attained international recognition as an actress in horror films. She has been dubbed one of the early Scream Queens. After appearing in minor film roles, Rey gained media attention after being selected as one of the WAMPAS baby stars in 1926. This led to her being contracted to Paramount Pictures as a teenager, where she made more than a dozen feature films. After leaving Paramount, she signed deals with various film companies, being cast in her first horror film roles in addition to many other types of roles, including The Bowery, which came out in 1933, and Viva Villa, which came out in 1934, both of which starred Wallace Beery for RKO Radio Pictures Incorporated. Rey starred in the film she is most identified with, King Kong, in 1933. After the success of King Kong, she made numerous appearances in both film and television, retiring in 1980. Rey was born on a ranch near Cardston, Alberta, to parents who were members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Elvina Marguerite Jones, who was from Salt Lake City, Utah, and Joseph Hebert Rey, who was from Kingston upon Hull, England. She was one of 6 children and was a granddaughter of LDS pioneer Daniel Webster Jones. Her ancestors came from England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. Rey was never baptized a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Her family returned to the United States a few years after she was born. They moved to Salt Lake City in 1912 and moved to Lark, Utah in 1914. In 1919, the Rey family returned to Salt Lake City and then relocated to Hollywood, where Fey attended Hollywood High School. Rey was signed to a contract with Paramount Pictures in 1926. Director Erich von Stroheim cast her as the main female lead in his film The Wedding March, released by Paramount 2 years later. While the film was noted for its high budget and production values, it was a financial failure. It also gave Rey her first lead role. Rey stayed with Paramount to make more than a dozen films and made the transition from silent films to talkies. After leaving Paramount, Rey signed with other film studios. Under these deals, Rey was cast in several horror films, including Dr. X in 1932 and Mystery of the Wax Museum, which is, by the way, one of my all-time favorites, in 1933. However, her best-known films were produced under her deal with RKO. Her first film with RKO was The Most Dangerous Game in 1932, co-starring Joel McCrea. The production was filmed at night on the same jungle sets that were being used for King Kong during the day. And with Rey and Robert Armstrong starring in both movies, The Most Dangerous Game was followed by the release of Ray's best-remembered film, King Kong. According to Ray, Jean Harlow had been RKO's original choice. But because MGM put Harlow under exclusive contract during the pre-production phase of the film, she became unavailable. Ray was approached by director Marion C. Cooper to play the blonde captive of King Kong, the role of Ann Darrow, for which she was paid $10,000, which in today's dollars would be $200,000 to play her. The film was a commercial success, and Ray was reportedly proud that the film saved RKO from bankruptcy. Ray continued to star in films, including The Richest Girl in the World, but by the early 1940s, her appearances became less frequent. She retired from acting in 1942 after her second marriage, but due to financial exigencies, she was soon resumed her acting career, and over the next 3 decades, Ray appeared in several films and frequently appeared on television. Ray portrayed Catherine Morrison in the 1953 sitcom The Pride of the Family. Ray appeared in Queen Bee, released in 1955. Ray appeared in 3 episodes of Perry Mason, The Cause of the Prodigal Parent, 1958, The Case of the Watery Witness in 1959, as a murder victim Lorna Thomas, and The Case of the Fatal Fetish in 1965, as voodoo practitioner Mignon Germain. That was her character name. In 1959, Ray was cast as Tula Marsh in the episode The Second Happiest Day of Playhouse 90. Other roles around this time were in the episodes Dip in the Pool and The Morning After, which was CBS's Alfred Hitchcock Presents shows. In 1960, she appeared as Clara in an episode of 77 Sunset Strip, Who Killed Cock Robin. Another 1960 role was that of Mrs. Staunton with Gigi Perot as her daughter in the episode Flight from Terror of The Islanders. Ray appeared in a 1961 episode of The Real McCoys titled Theater in the Barn. In 1963, she played Mrs. Brubaker in the 11th Hour episode. You're so smart, why can't you be good? That was the episode name. She ended her acting career with the 1980 made-for-television film Gideon's Trumpet. In 1988, she published her autobiography, On the Other Hand. In her later years, Ray continued to make public appearances, and in 1991, she was crowned Queen of the Beaux Arts Ball, presiding with King Herbert Hunk. She was approached by James Cameron to play the part of Rose Dawson Calvert from his blockbuster film Titanic in 1997, with Kate Winslet to play her younger self, but she turned down the role, which ended up being played by Gloria Stewart. She was a special guest at the 70th Academy Awards, where the show's host, Billy Crystal, introduced her as the beauty who charmed the beast. She was the only 1920s Hollywood actress in attendance that evening. On October 3rd, 1998, she appeared at the Pine Bluff Film Festival, which showed The Wedding March and live orchestral accompaniment. In January 2003, the 95-year-old Ray appeared at the 2003 Palm Beach International Film Festival to celebrate the Rick McKay documentary film Broadway, The Golden Age, by the legends who were there. She was honored with the Legend in Film Award. In her later years, she visited the Empire State Building frequently. In 1991, she was a guest of honor at the building's 60th anniversary, and in May 2004, she made one of her last public appearances at the ESB. Her final appearance, public that is, was at the premiere of the documentary film The Broadway in 2004. That was her final public appearance. And in case you're wondering about the Empire State Building, if you've ever seen King Kong, then you know that reference. So let's talk about her personal life. Ray was married 3 times to writers John Mark Saunders and Robert Riskin and the neurosurgeon Sanford Rothenberg. She had 3 children, Susan, Victoria, and Robert. After returning to the U.S. after finishing The Clairvoyant, she became a naturalized citizen of the United States in May 1935. So let's talk about her death. Ray died in her sleep of natural causes in the night of August 8, 2004, in her apartment on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. She is interred at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Hollywood, California. 2 days after her death, the lights of the Empire State Building were lowered for 15 minutes in her memory. How cool is that? So let's talk about her honors. In 1989, Rey was awarded the Women in Film Crystal Award. Rey was honored with the Legend in Film Award at the 2003 Palm Beach International Film Festival. For her contribution to the motion picture industry, Rey was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame at 6349 Hollywood Boulevard. She received a star on Canada's Walk of Fame as well in Toronto on June 5, 2005. A small park near Lees Creek on Main Street in Cardston, Alberta, her birthplace, was named Fey Rey Park in her honor. The small sign at the edge of the park on Main Street has a silhouette of King Kong on it, remembering her role in King Kong. A large oil portrait of Rey by Alberta artist Neil Boyle is on display in the Empress Theatre in Fort Macleod, Alberta. In May 2006, Rey became one of the first 4 entertainers to be honored by Canada Post by being featured on a postage stamp. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said, this is number 1 of the series that I will be doing about Scream Queens all this October. So thank you so much for watching. This is Spooky Marshmallow. Please like and subscribe. And by all means, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you.